Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning dear students. So this is our first discussion on the multicultural diversity in the workplace subject. So our first topic is diversity. So are you familiar with the word diversity? But before anything else, I would like to introduce myself. I am Lilani M. Olaso, your instructor on this subject. So let's enjoy and let's learn about the word diversity in the workplace. So the primary objectives at the end, the learner should be able to first define diversity, second, discuss different types of diversity, third, discuss different theories of diversity, and the last one is to explore the development of silent theories of workplace diversity. So now let's back to the definition of diversity. Diversity is defined as the distribution of differences among the members of the unit with respect to common attributes, Harrison and Klein 2007, and also a group characteristic that reflects the degree of which there are objective and or subjective differences among group members, Van Kippenberg and Shippers 2007. And the last one is simply any difference between the members of the team. So, diversity definition refers to the existence of variation of different characteristics in a group of people. So, this characteristic could be everything that makes us unique as individual, such as our cognitive skills and personality traits, along with the things that shape us or that shapes our identity, and also our race, age, gender, religion, and our sexual orientation. And we also have cultures, background. So every individual is unique and different. Types of diversity. So under the types of diversity, we have this surface level diversity and the deep level diversity. Characteristic that is the surface level diversity is the characteristic that is noticeable when you look at someone on the surface. So surface diversity means as you see the individual, you will notice his or her preferences. Like for example, if he or she is a male or female, the race, di ba? We can we can identify if he is from Korea, in China, or he or she is from America or in South Africa. So that is the example of surface level diversity. So when we say deep level diversity, the attributes that are not immediately observed. So like for example, we have this attitude, values, and personality. So meaning you need to know the certain individual from deep within. So we need to get along with them. So we will learn the attitude or the values and the traits of that certain individual and also the personality. So as we talk to that person or to our guest, we can identify if he is approachable or not, if he is friendly or not, or he or she is um, has a short tempered, like for example. So that is deep level diversity. And the other one is, again, the surface level diversity, which can be very noticeable. So makita siya dayon. And when we say deep, again, kinahanglan pa nimo siya nga ila-ilahon para makabaw ka og unsay attitude anang atong guest or anang atong colleagues or atong coworkers. So let's proceed to the next slide. So we also have the types of diversity under Harrison and Klein 2007 proposed that there are three distinct types of diversity. So we also have this diversity as separation, diversity as variety, and the diversity as disparity. So every guest or every individual from different types of the world or different guests coming from certain places. So, under the diversity as separation, it refers to differences on particular attributes such as the belief and values. Like, for example, on the diversity of separation, we have the culture values, job attributes, political beliefs. So under the separation, every individual or person has different belief. Like for example, if he is religious, he is a Muslim or a Christian. And when we say political, diba, we have this BBM, we have this Lenny, we have any other, we support different candidates, di ba, in politics. So, that is the diversity of separation. So, we are separated by our values, atong gipang tuuhan, atong um, political beliefs. So, anha ang mahitabo nga diversity as separation. So, let's proceed to diversity as variety. Under this, it refers to differences in knowledge, life experiences, and information among team members. Like, for example, we have differing professional background, functional areas, and expertise. So, under the variety, so it differs to the professional background. Like, for example, if that person or individual is coming from a private school, and a government or public school. So it really differs from um, the the attitude of a certain individual is has a difference in terms of professional background. If that certain individual is raised from a elite class and the other one is coming from the average, and also we have this low class like the katong medyo kuana siya katong mga low profile ng individual, di ba, mag-differ gyud ta ana. So we need to identify our clients also kay lahi-lahi man na sila og gigikanan. So lahi-lahi sa tag-approach nga gamiton sa ato ang pag-communicate nila. Like for example, kita kaana nga atong client or ato ang customer is kanang kuan siya elite or coming from a well-known family. So when we talk to them, we should be very accommodating and hospitable, di ba? And kung napoy uban nga gikan pud na siya sa kanang ordinary nga family, so dili pud pasabot ana ang ato ra pud siyang i-treat nga basta balangan na. So ato pud na siyang i-treat also as kuan pud hospitable pud, pero syempre nadyo na siya kanang naay kuan mag-differ gyud na siya kay lahi gyud ang needs sa katong mga from well-off family nga guest, di ba? And also katong mga ordinary nga people, kasagaran anang mga well-off burag mga demanding and daghan silang mga needs kay daghan man pud silang mga knowledge about sa ato ang industry. So daghan jud na silang pangayuon nato, and dapat ato sad na siyang mahatag kanila. So that is diversity as variety. So let's proceed to diversity as disparity. So this one refers to differences in status or power. It could reflect the concentration of resources, including the status, pay, and the prestige of assignments among team members. So when we say disparity, so nag-refer ni siya sa power. Medyo similar siya sa variety. So medyo something na sila, something in na siya similarity, pero nag-differ lang siya sa power. When we say power, like for example, kani siya nga tao is kanang naay naanad siya sa kanang naay high standard. So when we say atong client na anad siya sa high standard, unya og mo lower ta, so ana nga punto nga mo lower ta sa atong standard nga ilang untang gusto nga atong ma-meet para masatisfied nato atong clients sa hospitality industry or any other industry para masatisfy nato siya. So ato jud nang i-meet ang iyang satisfactory rating or atong iyang satisfaction para naatay repeat of customer para ang atong client if kung taas iyahang expectation sa atoa so ato gyud nang i-meet kay ug dili na siya nato ma-meet na ay dakong possibility na makuha siya sa laing company or laing hotel, laing restaurant and etc. So mag-differ jud na siya anang butanga sa disparity. So, pay and prestige of assignments among team members. So, like for example, sa amoa sa Philippine Airlines, we have this mileage card. Are you familiar with Philippine Airlines? So, you know guys, I have been working to airline industry for almost 4 to 5 years in Tagbilaran Airport. So, as I have worked there, most of the passenger holding so na siya gigunitan nga card nga elite. When we say elite, burag taas-taas gyud na siya, pero natay gitawag nga million miler, labaw pa na siya sa elite. Nasad tay regular class katong mabuhay miles. So kanang mabuhay miles nga regular class lang siya, so wala pa siya ka travel og kadaghan. Katong elite na medyo mas daghan-daghan. Unya sunod ana katong million milers mas kinadaghanan siya, so mas kuan siya differ kaayo ang iyahang expectation. Like for example, kanang dili na siya nga ug makakita ang sa amo ang work is mangita mi mo check mi ana before sa flight, mo check mi ana o kinsay mga million milers. So kung makakita mi nga for example naa si Annabel Rama, so ug makakita mi ana nga mo biyahe siya, wala pa gani siya giprint na namo iyahang boarding pass, and also gi-prepare na namo nga ato siya maglingkod sa atubangan, maglingkod siya sa kanang comfortable seat nga dagto siya na belong as a million miler holder sa card. Card man na siya, a million miler card, we have elite card and mabuhay miles nga a regular card. So mag-differ sa status, and also we also have this million miler person, Mr. Manny Pacquiao. So million miler sad na siya, same with Miss Annabel Rama, mga million miler pasabot magsige na sila travel kadaghan na. Imagine million miler holder sila. So dapat i-treat pud sila nato nga they belong sa ilang class kay kuan man sila mga a high profile person or individual. So let's proceed to the fault lines. So more recently, researchers had begun to examine multiple forms of diversity that can create division within a team, known as fault line. Fault line, hypothetical dividing lines, which divide a group into subgroups based on the alignment of team members' attributes. So, like for example, we have a team that could have an unique equal number of male and female employees. So, fault lines on gender might exist. So, naagid tayo gitawag ana nga kanang division, di ba? Ma-divide yun ang mga klase sa tao. So, we have this male and we have this female. But kung natay gitawag nga male o female, dili pasabot nga ang male mag-uban, ang male mag-uban. Ang male nasay tay gitawag nga di ba? We are talking about diversity. So every male has different attitude or different trait coming from the values and cultures and the environment kung asa siya nagdako, di ba? So bisan pa og kauban mo danang trabaho, pero kada tawo lahi-lahi og batasan. So we need to learn, we need to understand nga ang tao bisan pa og pareha mo ana nga nang graduate, same course mo na lahi-lahi gihapon mo og batasan kay every individual is unique, di ba? Kabalo man ta danha. Lain pod kaayo og kitang tanan pare-pareho. So dili sad na siya kuan, wala sad na siya gitugot sa Ginoo, lahi-lahi gyud ta bisan pag pareha na silang duha laki dagkog lawas or unsa ana mga pareha silang gwapo pero lahi-lahi na sila og kanang kuan, kaning isa ka mao mosayaw, kaning usa ka mao mokanta. So every individual is unique. So that is why we are talking about diversity. So here is the sample. So we have this weak fault line and the strong fault line. So kung ingon ani nga sa weak fault line kung naay isa magkasumpaki gyud ni sila og lahi-lahi sila color, di ba? Kung natay giingon nga lahi siya traits, ari pod lahi sad siya. Unya mag-combine sa ilang ideas, dili man magkahiusa kay lahi-lahi man sila og ideas. And also we have this male and female lahi-lahi siya. So maglisod ta og himo og maayo nga ideas or kanang para mag-prosper atong establishment, mag-prosper ang resort or hotel or establishment, dili maka-affect siya if dili magkahiusa. So kung ingon ani nga lahi-lahi tag traits, kinahanglan ato gyud nang ipasintabi atong we need to be professional. So that is very important. We need to act as as employee, di ba, naaman tay giingon nga mga rules and regulations. So mora toy atong sundon ang ato ang mga traits ato sa nang iiswag. So ato na mo proceed sa strong fault line. So kung ang mga empleyado nagkahiusa, bisan paglahi-lahi na siyang traits pero kanang ilang traits ana ilang gi pasintabi, ilang gibalhin ana. Unya ang ilang gi maintain is only the kung unsay kanang vision, mission and goals and objectives sa usa ka company, ila na siyang giusa. So magdako possibility nga mag-prosper ang resort, hotel and airlines and etc. So that is the example of group 2, the strong fault line. So ingon ana guys ha, mga dear students, so moabot ang panahon nga mag-work na mo, unya lahi-lahi man gyud tag batasan pero kanang atong pamatasan nga naa sa atong balay, sa atong eskwelahan ato jud nang ipasintabi. Ang ato is we need to work sa ato ang institution or atong industry and we need to act as professional, di ba? We need to wear a mask nga mag-represent sa company so that the company will prosper. So when the company prosper, syempre kita pong mga empleyado maka-benefit. So we need to know those things para kanang naay magkahiusa ang mga tao bisan pag lahi-lahi taog gigikanan, lahi-lahi taog attributes, but still we need to be professional and we work together as a team. So that's it. So let's proceed to theories on diversity. So rational demographic theory, cited by Pfeffer, 1983. So this represents the earliest work in the team diversity literature which examined the basic characteristic of team, which theory suggests that people compare their own demographic characteristic with those of their own teammates to determine whether they are similar or different. So under this theory, the relational demographic theory, this examines similarity in the demographics attributes. So although both stream emphasis fit and draw to similar underlying theories, little research investigates both simultaneously. So that is rational demographic theory. So we all know that every human being is we have this relational demographic. So kanang naay, so this one represents the characteristic as a team. So mabito nang giingon nga we need to work as a team bisan pag naatay lahi-lahi nga attributes, but still we need to work so that our company or establishment would prosper. Kay again, kung mag-prosper ang company, automatically maka-benefit gyud ang mga empleyado. So the social categorization theory, so it is resting on two ideas, the self-categorization and we have social identity. So under self-categorization theory, so this one maintains that people categorize themselves and others in group. So those who are similar to them. An outgroup, so those are different from them. So membership based on surface level characteristics. So it is also called as the pessimistic view of diversity. And the other one is the social identity theory. So show that people derive parts of their self-esteem from their identity group. So therefore, people tag positive characteristic in their in-group and negative characteristic in their out-group. So when we say the social identity, medyo kani siya positive thinker, and the other one is katong murag katong introvert individual, katong murag dili kayo sila open-minded, dili sila ganahan ani, dili sila ganahan ana, and they stick to it. They are not open-minded. So kung unsa ilang madesisyonan mo na siguro to, dili na sila mamati sa pikas nga side. So ingon ana sad, if we are a leader, if we are working in a company and we have these members and you are the manager, you need to listen to your members. So kung ingon ana nga mamati kadto ka sa social identity, pero kung na kay mga members adto gamiting mo unya ni istorya ang mga members ingani among gusto ma'am sir, pero ikaw minga na jud ka kani ang masunod, ako ang masunod because I am the manager. So every decision must be coming from me. And kung ingon ana self-categorization theory, you are not listening to your colleagues or your members. So makaapekto gyud na siya sa company dako. So maybe there will be kanang naay mang-resign tong imong mga members or colleagues kay wala siya kaayuni mo because kuan ra ka self-centered, or you decide by your own, di ba? You did not decide by your team. So mo to say example sa self-categorization, and when we are social identity theory og nataani nga side, so mo to siya mga open-minded and kanang mo gather siya og mga ideas coming from different individual, so that kanang di ba na ganito gitawag nga survey or feedback form kay gusto tao nga makabalo ug unsa itong mga weakness and the strength. So ani ma-apply ang SWOT analysis. So kay open-minded lagi ni siya si social identity theory. So let's proceed to similarity attraction hypothesis. So under this, it predicts that diverse team will be less productive than homogeneous team because homogeneous team share similar attributes and are more attracted to working with one another. So kani siya sa similarity attraction, they are the policy for managing cultural diversity assimilation has emphasized similarity. So, under attraction. So, naay similarity sa attraction. So, pasabot nagkasinabot mo. So, same ideas and you collide all the ideas or you collaborate as a team, so that will turns to productivity and prosper sa company. Values in diversity hypothesis. Problem-solving argument. Diverse team should produce better decision by a wider range of perspectives considering and a more thorough analysis of issue. And value in diversity hypothesis under cost argument. As organizations become more diverse, those who are able to integrate diversity more smoothly will realize cost advantage. So the theories on diversity also has introduces a new set of processes. So the verification of personal self-view to the group literature. So the conceptual analysis and recent empirical evidence suggests that the self-verification framework offers a novel perspective on finding value in the diversity and their problem solving and cost argument. So lastly, we have this diversity terminologies. So biases, so the tendencies, inclination, or feeling, particularly ones that are preconceived and lack reasoning, they are often implicitly or subconsciously driven. So under this one, so bias. So they are dili sila, like for example, they are not sensitive sa feelings sa ilang kauban. Ag ilarang gipamati is katong ilahang um, like for example, when you are working and in a company, so daghan gyud ng members, di ba? So dili malikayan nga sa usa ka team na adjay close ana. And kung close sila sa ang members o ang usa ka member, ang isa ka part sa member, unya ang manager, medyo unya ang pamation gyud kasagaran ana sa head kato yung iyang close. And that will be bias sa uban nga members kung ang iyang pamation is katong sa iyang close. So that is the example of bias. So under stereotype, so we have the generalization or belief about a particular group or its members which are unjustified because they are reflected over generalization and factual errors as well as misattribution to other group. So when we say stereotype, so this is very common in the industry. So like for example, mingon ta nga, di ba, equal ang male ug female, but again, di ba, we all know that dili gyud na siya um, we are not applying it, di ba? Dili kayo na siya applied. We always say that, but kanang naa jud na siya kalahian, like for example, ang laki gyud is strong siya, di ba? Like we are working in restaurant, gatuo ka kanang bai makaara sa nagdagkong oval tray, di ba lisod kaayo. So ani nga part is kuan gud siya, there is a stereotype. So kasagaran jud i-hire as waiter, ani nga field is kadto yung mga laki, kay ang mga bae maglisod man kay dili kadaog sa mga bugat or maglisod sila. And when we say nga cashier, kasagaran jud ana is female, kay ana man gyud ka mo fit ang female sa work as a cashier. Or, di ba na stereotypes pero dili gyud na siya nga malikayan, but it is very normal. So when we are working, we should be open-minded. Excuse me. Again, when we are working, we need to be open-minded and understand nga sa usa ka establishment natural ra gyud ng stereotypes. Pero we need dili ta manundog nila. So mao na karon nga nang eskwela ta karon diri, namati mo nako para ma-avoid ninyo nga buhaton sa uban. So kamo nakabalo na mo nga dili gyud maayo ang bias, ang stereotype nga kanang word mo discriminate ka og tawo tungod kay agatuo ka dili na niya kaya. Pero dili gyud na tinuod. Mingon tag dili niya kaya pero pasuwaya kaya lagi na niya. So mo na ha, there should be no stereotyping sa ato ang klase dire sa katong nakadungog karon. Again, dili ta mo stereotype or dili ta mo judge. Dayon, dili sad mo kamo puhon, dili mo bias. If you will become a manager puhon, you need to be open-minded and gather each and everyone's idea. Dili kay usaray pamation katurang ni sip-sip, dili gyud ingon ana. So the third one is prejudice. So unfair, negative attitude toward a social group or a person who is a member of that group. So when we say prejudice, dili siya fair, dili fair iyahang judgment. Ug mao lagi to, if sa usa ka establishment or sa ato ang workplace, if we have this kanang head nga naa siya close, mora iyang permi pamation unya ang nakasa tinud is kato iyang close. So makuan siya dili ma-unfair siya, dili niya pamation ang pika side. So again, kung kamo puhon, you will become a leader of um in the industry, so you need to listen each and everyone's side. And also, we need to avoid kanang negative attitude toward a social group. So kinahanglan in the industry, we need to be optimistic and positive thinkers. So that is very important. Dili jud ta magkuan prejudice or dili gyud ta mahimong unfair sa uban. dili ta mo stereotype nga kani di kaya niya, kani kaya niya, dili sad ta mag-ingon ana. And again, bias, dili ta mamati sa usara ka side, dapat tanang side pamation. Okay, so let's proceed to the last one, the discrimination. So, is to treat someone in a way less desirable than the way one would normally treat others because of their group membership. So, ani, sa discrimination, we are not tolerating discrimination, di ba? Like for example, kanisiya kanang in the industry mo discriminate for example sa ato ang guest or clients nga kani siya burag walay sakyanan, okay, bas kanang ni ato lang ning entertainon pero dili nato ihatag ang ato ang full full level of kanang nay service aning tawhana kay burag ordinary ra ni siya, dili siya mo balik. So dili ingon ana, we need to avoid discrimination, ha. So we need to be kanang nay fair to every clients, to every colleagues nga kauban nato. We need to be fair. So karon class nakadungog naman mo nga kanang discrimination, di ba, is very rampant. So ato gyud na nga i-avoid. We need to control ourselves not to be judgmental to every individual or to our colleagues. And that's the end of my discussion. Thank you for listening. So that is understanding diversity. So dili na ta mag-question and answer because this is a pre-recorded video. So I hope that you learned something for my discussion and naatay quiz from Google Form soon. So i-wait lang na siya sa ato ang Google Classroom. Thank you and God bless us all.